Hi, I'm Alice and this is my Frugal Wonderland, and today I'm going to be doing another craft with me type video using another set of the Globleland.com dies that I recently picked up. So I recently hauled a few die sets from Globleland.com. They did kindly reach out to me and asked if I want to try out some of their dies, so I picked a few. I'll go ahead and link the haul of what dies I chose, and I'll also go ahead and link my previous craft with me video in the description below. For those of you who don't know, Globleland.com is a online paper crafting type of shop. They're mainly known for their metal cutting dies and also stamps. They were kind enough to go ahead and share a coupon code with me to get you an additional 10% off your entire purchase. So that coupon code is ALICE10. That is ALICE 10. And then also all that information, including the die sets that I chose, will be linked in the description below. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in and show you what I'm going to be working on. One of the die sets I picked up was actually this super cute mini purse die set, and these are just some purses I put together. They are super cute and they are very mini. So just with this one die set, you can do a variety of different types of mini purses and wallets and even a little coin purse. I just went ahead and put together 4 little purses. I am putting together a few of these to include in a mini swap that I am joining. I think these are so cute, and like I said, they are fairly tiny. This is only about 3 inches wide by 2¼ inches tall, and then it's only about 3/4 inch wide, and they're all generally about the same size. With this kit, you have basically 2 different designs of purses you can make. You could either make like a briefcase kind of more rectangular one. This one's very similar too, but it kind of tapers at the top. So these are the 2 different designs, and then the tops, there actually are 5 different bag toppers, the little flaps. I used 4 of them. They have this asymmetrical one too that I did not end up using, so that one's cute too. These are the 4 that I decided to put together. There is this really mini coin purse that I did not use yet, but I definitely will play around with. And then also it has this little floral cutout that you can layer on top of here and have like a different design of the purse. But these are just a lot of different varieties. They had another bag topper handle too, just a simple little handle here, but I like the look of this a lot better. So for these, making these, it was kind of a lot of trial and error. I obviously wanted to put some together before I showed you guys, because I wanted to see if there's any adjustments I needed to make. But all the dies I used for this putting this purse was all included in the die set. And what I really love about these dies, which I thought were really cool, were they're actually numbered. So every single die is numbered. So yeah, I don't know why I like that, but I just like that little detail. And they all cut really well. I didn't have any trouble with cutting or anything like that. I decided to go ahead and put, I already made 2 of each of these, and then I'm just going to go on camera and show you guys how I put these together and what kind of worked for me when I was making these these little purses. So I already had pre-cut everything, so all I have to do now is kind of put everything together for you guys. So to create this purse, I did have to cut out 2 of the little purse cutouts. That's to make it front and back. And then what I've noticed really helped, because although you don't need to use 110 pounds cardstock to make the purses, although you can, you definitely want to use a somewhat sturdy cardstock. So at least 80, I want to say, pound cardstock, just so that your little mini purses are sturdy. But anyways, I cut 2 of these, and then what I noticed helped with any kind of die, especially if you're using thicker cardstock, is I like to score the main lines here that I will be folding over to prevent any type of cracking and just make it easier to score. So to fold, I went ahead and scored this line here on the side, and this one here too. It does have this little folds here that you're going to fold in for the purse too, but I found that it was not necessary to score these lines, so because they easily fold over, and it's not as it's not necessary to me for you to fold over the or to score these lines here. So another suggestion I have when putting these purses together, when I originally made my first one, I pretty much lined up the dies exactly here on, like, when I glued them together, and that was not a good idea, because if you line them up exactly, you'll have them actually line up unevenly. I don't know if you guys can see that. So this one is like very crooked. It like doesn't stand very well. That was the first one I put together, so I knew I need to find a different solution to put these together. So what I did was I lined them up, having both tabs on opposite sides, because one's the front, one's the back, and I kind of eyeballed where there's a little bit of a gap here, and then I knew to only put glue up to that space. I don't know if that makes sense. Sorry if I'm not describing it very well, but pretty much I like to use a little bit of glue, and I just add glue everywhere, especially along the sides, because I want it to seal in really nicely. And I don't go all the way to the end here. I go and I leave about maybe an eighth to a, yeah, I want to say about an eighth of an inch on the side there. And then I just like to put a lot of glue. It's probably not necessary to put that much glue, but I like it to be sealed in pretty nicely. And then what I did was kind of line this up and made sure we have a little bit of a gap here, because we don't want to go all the way to this line, because it will not line up nicely when folding it together. And then I just check on the back side as well to make sure there's a little bit of a gap and that it's lined up really nicely. And then you can take a little bone folder and kind of varnish it down. You might have a little bit of glue coming out of the sides, but that's okay. And that's what I felt like worked best when I put mine together. After doing quite a few of these, I did have to adjust accordingly. So I just thought that worked really nicely, and it made it stand better, and it also lined up much better when putting on the little closure to the bag. So I just went ahead and folded these up. And then before you fold in the little middle piece here, I like to keep it straight before folding it in. So what I mean by that is that this part here, I don't like to fold until I put the actual purse together, because it helps me line everything up properly. So this is how it looks so far. I haven't glued these little tabs down. I just folded it up. And like I said, I did not crease this part here. So I just took this piece, and then I'm going to put glue on the little side tabs that I folded in. So I just make sure I have a good amount of glue along these little tabs. And then I kind of lightly line it up against the side here. So it's kind of at an angle. It's not straight up. I go right to the edge, kind of edge to edge here, if that makes sense. So right on the edge of this back piece, and then right on the edge of the front piece. I kind of lined it up the way where I wanted it. And now I'm just pushing it down to make sure that it sticks to where I need it to be. So it's at a bit of an angle here. It doesn't go around. I didn't like curve it or anything. I thought it worked best just to line it up like that and right on the edge. And the reason why I have it on an angle like that is I thought it would be better to have a wider, like a wider insert here when you want to fill stuff up. So the original one I made here, I tried to straighten it out along the edge, trying to make it straight, and I noticed that the insert on the part on the inside wasn't as wide or as large. So I felt like even just a little 1/4 inch wider made it easier for you to fill the bag if you wanted to put a little bit more little goodies in there. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I just put glue on the little tabs, and once again I just kind of tuck it in here, make sure it's nice and straight, and just right on the edge there so it lines up with the outer edge of the front and back of the purse. And this is just what I found to work for me, and it just seemed easier to do it that way. So that is the base of the little purse here. So for me, what I used as the front of the purse is a side that is where the fold is, where there's a little crease. That is what I say is the back of the purse. So for the back of the purse, that is where I place the cover or the flap of the top of the purse. That's where I'm going to go ahead and glue this. So the die does have a little bit of a crease on there when you cut it out, but what I did was just reinforce that little score line, and just because I felt like it's makes it easier to fold over, and I just carefully slowly fold this over so it doesn't crack. And then I add glue to the under little flap. And this is what's going to be glued to the back of the purse. So you're going to glue that to the back of the purse here. And like I said, that is where you'll see the little seam. And what I love about the little tops of these purses is that they line up perfectly with the front and the back. So basically I just line it up. And then I like to put a little bit of a gap here. I don't make it flush against there because it's going to be folded over. So I just like to have that little tiny gap just right along there. That's what worked best for me. I mean, you guys do it however you feel works best. But for me, after a lot of, like I said, trial and error, I felt like just having the slightest gap right in between here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but in terms of folding over onto itself here, I thought that worked best. Now that the glue is dried on the little purse, I'm just going to go ahead and slightly fold over where the crease is on the bag. So it's just a little fold. You don't need to push it down or anything, but that is how the top is going to look of the little purse. Next, I'm going to add the little handle. So for this handle, you don't need to put it on the front and the back. You're just going to put it, connect it to this cover or the lid of the little purse. So what I do is I just put a little bit of glue on the back of this handle, just right on the bottom part. For the handle, you definitely want to use a more sturdy cardstock. I'm actually using this craft board that I had scraps of, and it happened to be white. So if I wanted to, I could actually dye it or ink it if I wanted to change its color, but I kept it white. I thought it looked nice, but I definitely suggest using a sturdy, almost like a chipboard for this part, because it will be moving around quite a bit. So you definitely want something sturdy so it doesn't fold over too much. But I just eyeball this. I put this right along where the fold is so that it stands up. So I even just open it up and kind of eyeball it. It's there's probably another way of doing this, but this is just what worked for me. I eyeball it and then hold it down. The glue I'm using is the little Nuvo adhesive glue, and it dries fairly quickly and sticks really well, so I don't have to hold it there for that long. Next, for this little purse, I loved the look of the little corners on here. I only cut out corners for the front of it. I didn't put any on the back, but the die actually cuts out 2 at a time. So if you wanted to, you could put it on the front of the back, but I chose not to. And then I just kind of eyeball it and line it up. It does line up really nicely because it's meant for these corners of this purse. So that is just lined up there. Next, for this design, I decided to try out some of their little bow cutouts. I love these little bows because it does have like the embossing on it. So this one is another one of the bows that I used for this style, and I used the other one for this. And then I went ahead and just added a little gold gemmy in the middle. I liked having a little gold accent on all of the pieces. I thought it was cute. So this part I actually just stuck right in the middle. So I just glued the whole back part of this. And like I said, I just kind of eyeballed the middle. Last thing I did was add a little Velcro closure. So I just lined it up where I thought the middle was here. What I thought worked best was to kind of line this up as much as possible and just gently stick it down. Then once it's lined up, I just go ahead and reinforce the little Velcro parts. When I open it, I just push it down real nicely. So that is the little purse I put together. I absolutely love these dies. I think they are so cute. They are very, very tiny, so you definitely can't really fit much in here. There's only so much room. But I thought it was perfect for the little mini swap I was in, and also I could decorate this in all different seasons, so very excited to play around with that. I kept this one pretty neutral. So that is just a few items I put together using the little purse die set from Globleland.com. I'll go ahead and have all the dies I picked up at Globleland.com in the description below. And like I said, I have the 10% off coupon, which is Alice10, ALICE 10. I'll have that on the screen and also linked in the description below. If you like crafting with me, go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below telling me what you think. All right, guys, till the next one. Bye.